to get through it.
Oh yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelt, hold on tight. You're in for one epically amazing and awesome ride tonight on the Josh Nolan and Oliver Schultz Full Throttle Racing Show, #1 on YouTube. Tonight we have with us go-kart sensation, Alex Logan. Welcome to the show, Alex.
Thanks for having me.
So, Alex, let's talk about your racing career. Where did this awesome journey begin for you?
Well, I started racing in '09. I started in figure eights here in Primgar. Uh, I started '09, raced up until actually I had my first son in 2013. And when I had him, I took a break for a couple of years, and then I got back into it until 3 years ago now, when my oldest son got into go-karts.
Okay. So, Beans, you got back when you started out with your racing career, were you a little bit scared to get behind the wheel of a race car for the first time, or?
I mean, yeah, it's always a little intimidating, especially with a figure eight track. Ovals. I've been in an oval track car too, and they're fast, but man, the intersection gets pretty crazy sometimes.
Oh yes. So you're racing go-karts now then, Alex, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what intrigued you to get behind the wheel of a go-kart? Just the speed of it, or just like, man, this is a ride and a half?
Well, oh, it kind of just started with getting my son in one. My brother Derek and my uncle Darren both took a big part in getting him in a go-kart, and once he got in it, we kind of kept getting these go-kart chassis for pretty cheap, and we decided to put a few together and start racing them ourselves too.
Okay. So Alex, with your racing career, how much success have you had as a race car driver?
You know, I've got some feature wins and stuff in the figure eights, but my biggest thing is just always having fun. I've never been a big, on being competitive or anything like that. I'm just happy to be there. I just like to go and have fun.
Okay. So Alex, what is the story behind your go-kart racing number?
Number 90. Yeah, that's actually comes from my father's number, and then my older brother Josh's number. My dad's number is 95, and then Josh's number is 80. So I just took the 9 and the 0, made 90.
Okay, very cool, very cool. So Alex, what is your 5-year plan with your racing career? Where do you want to be at in 5 years with your racing career?
I hope to get back into a figure eight car here soon. I'm kind of letting my son kind of do his thing, and having a lot of fun watching him do his thing. I've actually had more fun watching him race and compete than I did racing. But you always that itch is always still there. You always want to keep kind of get back into it and get back behind the wheel. So I'd like to do that at some point here soon.
Okay. So Alex, where do you want to be at in 10 years with your racing career then?
Oh man. Uh, Hopefully I win a championship at something by that time.
Oh yeah, right. Right. So Alex, let's talk about key card on your key card raceway on your shirt. Are you the promoter of key card raceway?
I'm not the promoter. My brother Derek is actually the promoter. Him and John Wolf are the promoters there. I'm just an official. I go and help corner. But that track has actually been awesome these past couple of years. It was closed for several years before Derek went to a chamber meeting in Cherokee and actually asked them about bringing it back, and they let him. And so we had our first season last year, and we did pretty good. It was pretty slow getting. Open a track again up for the first time in a few years. We didn't get many carts first times. Towards the end of the year, we started getting more, and then this year we've gotten a lot of carts. We've got a lot more. We've had a lot of exciting racing going on there. Um, yeah, it's been cool watching them guys bring that track back, and hopefully we can keep doing that in the next few years here, and keep doing what we're doing.
So Alex, with Key Kart Raceway, you got any big events coming up at Key Kart Raceway?
We don't have any big events coming up, but we have our final race of the year. We actually already had it, but we had a couple of rainouts, so my brother Derek decided to run one more. It was supposed to be last Sunday. We got rained out, so we're going to try and get them in this Sunday. Hot Laps 130 if you guys want to come.
Okay. So, Alex, with your racing career, who's your racing hero? Who do you look up to as a race car driver?
Um, I'd have to say my dad. I've watched my dad race my entire life. I was basically born into it, and I've watched him race for years, figure eights and oval tracks, and yeah, it's got to be my dad.
Okay. So, Alex, with your racing career, who do you have for sponsors on your go kart?
Oh man, we got L&W Promotions, we got J&W Trucking, we got Toy Shop, we got the Ranch in Everly. Um, oh man, there's Dots and Tiling. There's, I'm sure I'm missing some, but yeah.
Are you guys still looking for sponsors for your racing team?
Oh, we're always looking for sponsors.
So, if there's anybody going to be out here watching this racing show with me and Mr. Alex Logan, and you want to help him out with his racing career, reach out to Alex because he'd appreciate the sponsorship on his race cars that gets further into his racing career. So, Alex, with your racing career now, um, what gets you psyched up and motivated to go out here and do this?
Honestly, just competing against my brothers, getting the chance to go out there and possibly take a shot at them or even beat them. That always kind of motivates me. Just I've always been in the same class as my brothers. They both raced figure eights for years. So I mean, it's always a competitive thing with me and my brothers. So that kind of motivates me to get out there and try to do my best most of the time.
Okay, so Alex, what's your favorite racetrack that you've raced on so far in your racing career?
Go-karts, I'd have to say key kart, and not just because I'm part of it. That's just a nice wide track. It gets fast, and yeah, the figure eight track, man, that's got to be my favorite just because of the intersection. Just keeps your adrenaline going the whole time.
Okay, so Alex, so when you're not at the racetrack, what do you like to do for fun away from the racetrack?
I do a little bit of carpentry. I do a little bit of woodwork and stuff. I like to mess with that. Um, Go out to my dad's farm and help him just with the farm work and everything, the animals, and just helping my brothers do stuff. I mean, just anything really.
Okay, so Alex, with your racing career, let's see, uh, who helps work on your race cars?
Oh man, we got a big pit crew. It's my dad, my brothers, obviously. Mario Wolf, he owns the land that we have our shop on. We got his son John Wolf. Jeremy Wolf has helped us out a lot. Ort Racing. Yeah, there's a lot of people that help us out, and we try to help out as many as we can too.
Okay, very cool, very cool, very cool. So, Alex, now with your racing career, who are some of your friends at the racetrack?
Oh man, that's a lot too. Pretty much everybody I just said. Uh, they all are usually we usually have the Orts with us and at the go karts and everything because they got some kids that are racing now too. And they're at the figure eight track and with my brother and my dad are still racing figure eight, so we're there a lot too. And yeah, I mean we try to be friendly and keep as many friends as you can because you never know.
That is true. That is true. So, Alex, when you're at the racetrack and there's a concession stand at the racetrack, what's your favorite thing to eat at the racetrack?
Hot dogs or nachos.
Oh, I agree with on the nachos. The hot dogs, I am a little hot
They get a
dogs are
little,
okay, I guess.
some places they might want to stay away from them, but
Yeah. So, Alex, when you're away from the racetrack, what's your favorite go-to restaurant?
Monterey's.
Monterey's, okay. And when you're at home, Alex, what's your favorite home cooked meal?
Anything my wife makes, really. She's a
Okay,
good cook.
okay, okay. So, Alex, do you have a racing nickname that the race car drivers call you at the racetrack?
Not really, actually. Logan.
Okay, okay. So yeah, Alex, definitely we got to work on getting you a cool nickname because that's a part of racing. You got to have
Yeah.
that cool nickname, the cool demeanor, that goes with it.
Right.
Um,
Yep.
so Alex, when it comes to your racing career, do you have any advice for the kids coming up in the racing world?
Just stay at it. Doesn't matter how fast you are as long as you're having fun.
Okay. So do you have any crazy stories you'd like to share with us about your racing career? Like, man, this incident happened on the track and man, it was a disastrous night. Or man, this is how spectacular a finish I had in one of my races.
Um, yeah, I got a couple. The one is it was a heat race in the figure eights. I don't remember how long ago this was. This had to be 4 or 5 years ago now. But I was running about last to 8 cars, and I couldn't get around anybody. The track was a little muddy. I was having a hard time. And about 4 laps in, I was able to make a pretty good move on the bottom going through one of the corners, and I actually went from sixth to like second in one
Oh
corner.
boy.
And we go back through and we come back out of the other corner through the intersection, and I just hooked it a little too high and come off the top of the track and actually ended up rolling the car.
Oh, I bet you that was a ride and a half.
It was only one time, so it wasn't too bad, but it's the only time I've ever rolled a car, and it was an exciting time.
Okay. So do you have another story for us, Alex?
Um, wow. Um, the biggest story that I can remember is I remember my very first race. I was racing figure eights. I started front row of my very first race, and I was real nervous about it, starting front row like that. And I had two of the fastest guys next to me. I had Kurank, he's won multiple championships figure eight, and then I had Joe Hunt behind me, which he's won the championship 10 times there here
Oh
in
boy.
Primgar. So I had them guys right next to me, and I was real nervous about it. And I remember we took the green flag, and it's actually kind of a weird feeling because I've always told people that you're nervous until you see the green flag, and you don't think about the nerves anymore. You just go. You're just thinking. And I remember the very first corner. We went through the first corner. We go through the intersection, go into the south end, and we just they come up around me and they got beside me, and we went into that corner three wide and didn't touch each other. And that was just awesome to me that I was able to go through that corner like that with them guys. And I mean, of course, we come out of the corner and they blew my doors off, but it was just cool to go through that corner like that and not touch anybody. And it was just that was a really cool time and kind of hooked me into the whole figure eight thing.
Okay, okay. So Alex, I'm going to turn the mic over to you now. You can ask me some questions if you'd like.
Well, what's your favorite thing about doing this racing show?
I'll tell you what, my favorite thing was dealing with the race cars, drivers, and the racing fans and the racing teams. It's a truly a blast to do this. It is truly a blast to do this. I got a opportunity of a lifetime coming up here. One of the opportunities of a lifetime coming up next week. I get to go on KKOJ Radio in Jackson and talk about what I do. So yes,
That sounds cool.
yes.
What's your favorite interview so far?
I'll tell you what, I love dealing with all you guys. All you guys are ranked in the top 10. I have had the distinction of, racing wise, I love IndyCar racing. I love anything with four wheels and a motor. And I always dreamt as a kid to interview an IndyCar driver. And I came close. I was able to interview the IndyCar driver's kids and talk to them because the IndyCar driver has passed away now, but his kids are racing. And it was truly my pleasure to talk to his wife and kids. I was able to sit down and talk to Oliver and Sebastian Walden. That was a trip. That was a treat.
I bet that's cool. I bet that's cool.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. And Alex, right now they're racing go karts, much like you're doing.
oh, it's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Um, well, let's see. What what's your favorite dirt cars to watch?
I
Favorite
love
thing to watch
anything
to race
on
dirt?
dirt.
Anything
I
on
love
dirt?
anything on. I love anything on dirt. IMCA wise, stock cars, sprint cars, anything on dirt is just like, oh my god, here we
Mm-hmm.
go.
Yep. Yeah,
Oh
that's one
yeah,
of the best things about it.
yeah, yeah, definitely. Oh
Mhm.
yes, yes. You have any more questions for me there, Alex?
I don't think so.
Okay, so Alex, do you have a racing page that the racing fans can follow you on?
I don't have one personally, but I mean, you can always go follow, of course, Key Kart Speedway. Go follow us on Facebook there. And then we have Logan Racing too on Facebook. You can go follow that. We don't post a whole lot. Key Kart does. Logan Racing doesn't post a whole lot during the off season, but during the race season, we usually have videos and just different things we got going on.
Okay. So, Alex, do you have anybody else you would like to thank you for helping you get this far with your racing career?
Oh man, I got so many people. My dad, my brothers, um, anybody. I mean, everybody. My wife puts up with a lot between the figure eights and the go-karts and everything. So she gets a big shout out. Derek, he works on most of the go-karts and does most of the go-kart things. So my brother Derek, he gets a big shout out. My uncle Darren, he's pretty much our supporter. He's what keeps everything flowing, so he gets a big shout out and big thank you. Yeah, there's my whole family. I mean, we've been racing for a long time. We're in 4 generations of racing now, so it's been awesome.
Yeah, in fact, Alex, crazy story. This racing show began with a kid that probably raced at Key Kart Speedway with you. I know you've raced at Plus quite a few times. This racing show got started by Clay Evans and Carter Evans.
Oh, yep, I know them.
Yep. They got this racing show started. So that's how that yeah.
Yeah.
And just been very successful at it. So yes. But yes, Alex, I want to thank you for being on the racing show with me tonight, talking to us about your racing career, getting to know you a little bit better. Just continue doing what you're doing, continue living life at full throttle, continue doing the amazing things you do on the racetrack, and being the awesome person that you are. I want to thank you again, Alex, for being on the racing show with me tonight.
Hey, thank you.
Yes, you have a good night, Alex. I'll have you step out, and I will call you in a few minutes to thank you in person. Okay?
All right.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Alex Logan from Primgar, Iowa. Definitely, he runs go karts. Actually, he also helps out with Key Kart Speedway in Cherokee. Sorry, but he races figure eights at Primgar, Iowa. Definitely somebody to go watch. Go follow Key Kart Speedway on Facebook. Definitely. And when you're at a go kart track or figure eight track, go hit up Alex Logan because he's a very awesome race car driver. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk a little racing news for you there. Good luck to Gavin. Good luck wishes are going out to Gavin Boschel as he's racing at Homestead Miami Speedway this weekend for Rackley Warren and the late model. So good luck to Gavin Boschel. Good luck to Cooper Kelly, and because he is racing the Keith Coons Give Back race this weekend. So good luck to Cooper Kelly. Also, ladies and gentlemen, just racing news wise, everything is winding down for the year except for the East and West Coast, except for like Florida and California and stuff like that. But kicking off this weekend is the last weekend of racing ever at Devil's Bowl Speedway down in Mesquite, Texas. Sorry to see that track go. But also, ladies and gentlemen, go hit like, subscribe, and hit that notification button on the Josh Nolan and Oliver Schultz Full Throttle Racing Show #1 on YouTube. I would like to thank our sponsors, Dirt Track Race Cars and Company. Go hit up dirttrackracecars.com for all your racing diecast needs. They have the 1/64 scale of Doug Wolfgang's 8D white car that he raced in 1989 and brought home the Knoxville Nationals Championship with. They also have the number 8 orange car that Doug Wolfgang drove in 1990 in 1/64 scale also. Then they also have the number 29 Weikert Livestock Doug Wolfgang car that he raced in 1985 and brought home the Knoxville National Championship in that also. That's in 1/64 scale also. Then they also have the Day of the Dude Lasowski Gil Sonner 47 Casey's General Store sprint car in 1/64 scale also. And they also have the One Dance Sammy Swindell 1/64 scale sprint car that he drove in 1982. So go hit up dirttrackracecars.com for all your racing diecast needs. Also, I would like to thank Brody Manning and Manning Motorsports for helping out with this racing show. And also, I would like to thank New England Hemophilia Association and Walking with Waylon for helping out with this racing show also. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys would like to sponsor our racing show or be on our racing show, feel free to email us at jjnolan151@gmail.com, or you can call or text us at 712-209-7138. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, Have a good night. Catch you later. Another episode of the Josh Nolan and Oliver Schultz Full Throttle Racing Show #1 on YouTube. And continue live in life at Full Throttle.